Good afternoon. You are welcome back.
Thank you.
So we have eaten, but I think we are not too heavy. It's a good one. Sometimes the food also is a form of, we are looking at risk. Is it also a risk? It's a factor. Okay, factor for risk. That's serious. It's all right. Welcome back. We are building from where we're coming from. We have looked at how to use the best method to use in our purchases, making good use of payment methods. Now we also looked at how we can use financial institutions confidently without fear. Now we are trying to look even at that. Risk may arise somehow as we journey in this life. As long as we live, risk is with us. So we are going to understand risk and how to protect ourselves. If we are not able to protect ourselves, we will not be able to achieve those goals that we wrote 2 days ago. We have to be alive, we have to be healthy, we have to do all that we can do within our reach to ensure that we protect ourselves from unforeseen circumstances and risk, so that we will be able to attain our goal, we'll be able to get to our, to what, five sheets, please, 5. So the aim of our session this time is to identify the risk we face in life. We face risk in life day in, day out. We will also categorize risk according to their probability and likely causes. We will also decide on means of protection, be it formal or informal risk, to be aware of the importance of savings for emergency. Better to draw from one's funds than to borrow. By way of introduction, we are going to learn how to protect ourselves and our families when we are faced with sudden events that create problems or have serious consequences. We just have to look for a way, study methods, get strategies so that we can protect ourselves from our family from problems or serious consequences. We are going to learn what we can do to protect ourselves. To cope with these problems, some of us put money aside in a flexible savings account. Some keep money at home, others buy property. They said money answered everything. So for us to mitigate, for us to be able to protect risks that will come our way, we need to have some money, and we have to make sure the money is also safe where it is and available to protect us. The product, we shall learn that a financial product can offer the protections we need. The product concerned is called insurance. In this model, we will learn what an insurance product is and how it works. With the knowledge you gain, you will then be able to decide a product of this kind will meet your needs. What are we trying to do here? We are trying to equip ourselves by way of securing our tomorrow, so that unforeseen or unexpected problems or consequences cannot just come and take us unawares. We shall be prepared. How can we be prepared? We have to be prepared financially. We need to have our cover. We need to have where we fall back to see that we are not taken unawares, and then we'll look at what will meet our demand. In your opinion, I want to ask, what is a risk? In your opinion, or in your thinking, if the word risk is mentioned, what is risk? I want 2 people to try. Risk, yes?
A risk is a more or less
Attributes of what? Attributes of Allow him to talk. Attributes that will do what? The danger our life. Okay. Who again? Somebody? When you hear the word risk, what comes to your mind? Yeah. Madam Taiwo. Madam.
A risk is only thing that you do that affects.
Go ahead. Anything that you can do, go ahead.
To
You
affect
can hear
us,
you.
to affect your body or your property. Anything that is not good for us. That you think that this thing, if I do this thing, is going to hit somebody.
Anything that can affect us on our property
Yes.
is a risk. Okay. Risk could be house on a fire. It could be somebody falling from ladder, money solar, or it could be car accident. Is it a risk?
Yes, it's a risk.
Home accident too.
Home accident, that's yes, domestic accident. Injury at work. A risk is a more or less foreseeable danger that may have negative consequences. A risk happens when we are in a situation that might have damaging consequences for ourselves or our family. Listen to me again. A risk is more or less foreseeable danger that may have negative consequences. A risk happens when we are in a situation that may have damaging consequences for ourselves or our family members. Did we better understand it? Any danger and consequences that will happen to you as an individual or to your family is a risk. Now, the small sheets that I was given to you, 5 each one of you had about 5. We are going to do something. Let's think about the risk that we face. Do we face risk in our lives?
Yes.
Where do we face risk? Where?
In the farm, in the home, along the road, business, family, business.
In our business, in our farms, in our workplace, somebody said living now. So let's think about the risk we face in our lives. As long as we live, risk is inevitable. Take it or leave it, it is with us. So we will now think about the risk that we face. In 5 minutes, let's make a list of the risks you can remember. You have 5 of these. On each one, write one type of risk that comes to your mind. The risk that we face in life. Put it down, write the list down. And if you cannot write, if you can draw it, it's still fine. 5 different risks that we face in life that you can remember. If you can write it down, good. If you can draw the risk, we will appreciate. So your time starts now. One on each will be good. One on each will be good. Risk is not something we want, but it's always with us. We don't ask for it, but it happens. If you are done, you can come and paste it here. You can, if you are done, if you have written, if you are done, you can come and paste it on the wall here. Oh, I think we. Yes. 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 We're going to put them together. One over the other. Yes. Yes. That's right. One. Yes. If you finish writing, you can come and paste it on the wall. Some is swelling up, right? We'll use this mask there.
Bene.
Yeah, we have written our risk as many as we can remember. We'll go there and look at them, all of us, and see and discuss them. Then because of the air condition there is pulling it down, but they are trying to use masks instead to keep it from us, and I've off this thing. So we said these are risks and it happens in and around us. Let's go and look at them briefly and see what we have generated. You know, what the risk, something you may think is not a risk, may be a risk. By the time we go to look at them now, we will know more and remind ourselves about risks that we live, that is with us. Please come over. Madam Taiwo, please read 5 risks there for us. Let's hear what we have written. It's too high for you.
They invest in business.
We invest
Because
in.
of my note.
Is that a risk?
Yes.
Huh? So
National disaster, religion, fraud, sickness,
yes.
death.
Death, is that a risk? Death is inevitable now. When the day comes, is there anything that will stop death? Next, read the next one.
Divorce,
Is first sick.
I could remember the day I was coming from Ilorin by night.
He fought from coming from the lorry.
Say the first
The first day he fought.
that is coming
Coming
from
from
He fought.
that is a risk.
Okay, you read. Olotu, please read another 5 for us.
Okay. I don't
Why will he leave it?
business risk, e.g. robber or robbery or outbreak of fire, sickness, death, natural disaster or flood, fire outbreak, loss in our businesses, e.g. robbery, loss of money. It is a risk while giving birth because of pregnancy complication. We take risk while
So we stop giving birth because why?
we take risk while traveling because of insecurity or accident. Accident risk, business risk, sickness risk, fire risk, communication risk, accident.
All those that are repeated, we need not to, anyone that is there, we need not to repeat it.
In our family,
If you see one that is lost,
e.g. lack of money, children, property. The day that I was beaten by area boys, fraud and natural disaster. When I lost my money, not less than 38,000 naira. Risk of moving, another husband or wife. Okay, marrying another husband or wife. Traveling from one place to another. To fall in wrong hand is business. Fire outbreak, online danger. It's the day that I have an accident on motorcycle. Insecurity.
wait, the day that I have. So it's only that day the risk has ended because the risk is only the day that you had an accident.
You know me.
I'm not saying when I say that, we're talking generally as a house. You see, they really understand what we mean by risk. The day I was beaten by is that a risk?
No.
See, risk is that thing that is with us and it comes with consequences. And what are they? We need to identify them. We need to understand them. We need to look at how to prevent it. We have to look at the costs associated with it. Each of these risks they have different degrees. They have different period of occurrences. There are those that are common. There are those that are not common. There are those that once in a while you hear it happens. There are those that it used to happen but not frequent. So let's understand the subject matter. Where you are marrying somebody, they are saying that because you marry a wife, there's a risk. There's marry another. Is it what did he say? Another wife will marry another wife. Who sent you? These are personal issues. So I think I can say accident. I can see farm what? Catching fire.
Catching fire.
Yes. Somebody is saying disability. Disability. It's natural now. It's illness.
House catching fire.
Equipment breakdown. You imagine a breakdown.
That's right.
Yes. So we will select. There are repetitions, but we'll pick those that are not repeated, so that we go and work with them. Drought is good. Yes, drought is good. Illness is good. Accident. Unemployment, don't I have it here? It's all right. We can go back to our seats. Then once we discovered that anyway, like I said, we are trying to reawaken ourselves and think towards it. We may say nobody wants to hear negative things, but we cannot pretend they are with us. You leave your house, you come back, you leave your workplace, or you leave your business, you forget you did not switch off something. It is also another thing. So risk is with us and it continues to be with us. What we are saying is that we have looked at all these things that we said there. There are many common risks. Sickness, death of our livestock. You keep goats or chicken or cows. Especially, I told you a story of somebody who cared for Easter. So that when it is Easter time or Salah time, you sell your ram and make some money. And suddenly, whether they are killed or somebody comes to steal them, the insecurity in Nigeria, that's one of the things that we're facing. We also have a house or shop that is gutted on fire. If your shop burns down, you know what that means. Sometimes people, their money is sitting in the shop that they get burnt. We also have issue of a natural one, like the drought storm that many have written here. Also, we have, I have the ones that I have here. I have unemployment, I have sickness, we have death, we have occupational accident. Do we have an idea? Occupational accident.
Somebody that lost his job.
No, that's not important.
Somebody that is affected by the benching in his office.
Yes, somebody that in his course of his duty now have an accident. Have an accident. A mechanic workshop, a block industry. Somebody wants to lift off a block will just slip off, and before you know it, he hits his leg. The leg gets broken or highly injured. Mechanic, they finish working on your engine, you want to move it to put it back, couple it back in the car. Once that fulcrum was small mistake, it falls off. That's occupational. Occupational, where you work, if you work where there are chemicals, mistakenly it touches your skin, or you did not wear good protective equipment and you inhale it, it affects you. All those are occupational risks. And then, okay, that is that. Risks are inevitable aspect of our life. Some are common to us all, while others depend on our personal circumstances, and some are more specific. Sometimes the environment where people find themselves, there are particular things that affect them. So circumstances in an area could be of it, and then some, it's a general thing all here and there. Most of the things that we brought there are what we are living with. So classify risk according to their probability and severity. Just like I was saying when we were looking at this risks have varying degrees. There are those that are mild. There are those that we can overcome them. There are those that we can easily take care of. But there are those that, wow, it is above you, government must come in. You see, the south and eastern part of this country, they have serious issues of erosion. Erosion is affecting all those ones. So as an individual, you may find it difficult to do it. And then, severity. How frequent does those things happen? There are certain risks, it's once in a long time that it happens. But there are those that day in, day out. Such as motorcycle accident. Those bike boys. If you go to emergency, they call it accident and emergency of hospitals. Most of the cases that come there are accidents from people on motorcycle. Because the boys are reckless. Now we shall try and understand what possible consequences this risk may have and how we can take them into account in planning our budget. We are going to look at the consequences of this risk around us. We started by saying that we can have a protection if we have a safe landing, if we have finance somewhere that takes, because for you, if you have an accident, two things are involved. It needs money to get you treated, it needs money to put back your car or your motorcycle or the bicycle back. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So, we'll do this classification matrix. We will place this risk. You can see I have here a matrix. There is cost involved in risk. Is cost involved?
Yes, sir.
Good, cost is involved. For you to mitigate it, you need money to stop it. If it has happened to you, you still have to, it involves cost for you to get out of it, or to get yourself solved or back out of it. So I have here the cost, and you can see by the side the frequency. How common is this risk? We are going to identify some risks and see how quickly it happens and the cost involved. And then here at the cost, is the cost very significant? Is it fairly? It doesn't take much to resolve it, or very significant? I take it again. This is a matrix. We're looking at cost and we're looking at frequency of occurrence of this accident, those things that we pasted there. The time at which they happen more frequently. I did an example with bike. In fact, if not because government stopped, asked the cities, major cities, to stop using motorcycle. When motorcycle was common in Nigeria, and politicians bring them to gift our boys, what they do is day in, day out. Now that I've moved to tricycle, I think it has reduced. So we're looking at frequency, we're looking at cost, we're also looking at how frequent, we're looking at this risk. Is it medium? Is in between frequently and very rare? And we see the one that is always difficult, very rare to happen. Here I have a house on fire. We know house on fire.
Yes.
So where does it belong here? Is it a frequent thing? Is it medium? Is it a thing that rarely happens? Rarely happens. Okay. Looking at cost implication now, is it that it is not very significant, or fairly significant, or very significant in the area of cost? Okay. So this one belongs here. I have also here farm affected by drought. You cultivated, I said here, you took, maybe you took loan, you do farm, and you could not get good harvest to pay the loan that you take from the financial institution.
Or even rain.
Or even rain did not fall. You farm affected by drought. So is it a frequent thing? Is it medium? Is it a rare thing that happens?
It's medium.
Medium. I have also here illness. Illness, that's sickness. Is it frequent? Is it medium? Is it rare? And looking at the cost in treatment, is it not very significant? And is it fairly? Is it very?
It's
Very
very,
significant.
it's
Yeah?
It's very significant.
Very, okay. Okay, we said it's is it medium, frequent, or rare?
It's rare, yeah.
Rare, okay. It belongs here. Again, I have here farm catching fire. Okay. We've not talked about farm catching fire. Somebody come to set your farm ablaze. There are wicked people.
Yes.
They see that your farm has a good, they'll just come and take one stick of matches. That small matches will destroy your farm. So which one, where does this one belong? Where do we put this?
Medium.
Medium. Then is it not significant, fairly, or here?
It's medium.
Hmm? Fairly, okay. And then there is that environmental risk. When we talk about environmental risk, I think it also follows it has to do with issue of climate, weather, drought. You know, when the rain did not last for the number of months it's supposed to last, and then the crops have been planted, it gives us accident. Accident, is it frequently happening, medium, rare?
Medium.
Medium. And the cost, very significant?
Yes.
Okay. I have here unemployment. Unemployment, is it a frequent thing that we live with?
Yes.
Very frequent.
Very frequent. And then where does, when you look at the cost,
Very
is it
significant.
very? I now have here natural disaster. It follows this one. This environmental whatever, I think it follows here. I have this one. Insecurity. Where does that one fall? Is it rare?
Frequently.
Is it frequently? Serious. Where do we put it?
Very significant.
And then, like I said, my own here, what of occupational accident that I mentioned?
It's rare.
Syria, good. Oh, my mercy, okay. It belongs there. Rear, don't, and then here, where did it fall into? Is it not very fairly?
It's fairly.
Very fairly.
Take.
Give us small tape, masking tape, sir. Then also I have debt. Is it frequent thing that happen?
It's frequent.
And then we have, okay, I talked of debt. All right. So, let's look at this thing again. We are looking at the risk in our society, the risk that is around us, and then we want to look at it based on this classification, how frequent it is. If we have the idea of the frequency, we have the idea of the cost involved, then it keeps us alert to make sure we stop it from happening. We make sure we find a way to minimize it. It makes sure it helps us to ensure that let it not happen around us, because it is drawing from resources that we would have used to achieve our goals that we wrote 2 days ago. Are we getting the story?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Lasting solution.
The
lasting solution to it.
yes, if there's a lasting solution to it, we need to do it. So, risk comes with a cost. It comes with how frequency. It comes at the rate at which it occurs. So, those that we feel that are always repeating itself, we have to now see how we can safeguard it. For instance, let me say something on sickness. Malaria is with us. And will we continue to be buying malaria drugs for yourself and all your family members?
No.
Then what do?
We buy nets.
You protect the house from net so that it doesn't go. So by way of concluding this part, it said, as you can see, the virus risks are more or less likely and may have different consequences. Yes, from minor to very serious, depending on the nature of the risk and the characteristics of the person or places affected. I mentioned environment here, society, circumstances. We will now look at how we can protect ourselves against this risk. Risk is with us, we have to see how we protect ourselves. How to protect ourselves against risk. We shall see how to take measures that will help us protect and keep us away from risk. These 5 risks that I mentioned here, unemployment, this risk that I put here, we are going to do another activity on how to see that we don't we stay away from it. 5 identified risks for 5 groups. We are going to go into groups. We are going to, okay, we can maintain our number 1 to 5.
Yes,
Do we remember our number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's quickly go back to our number, and then we are going to look at how to protect ourselves from this risk. We'll pick 5 risks from the ones that we put here. Then each group will now come up with how do we protect ourselves from this risk. For instance, we talked about malaria, and we said the only way out is to make provision of nets in the window, at the doors, and on your bed.
Even clear our environment.
And keeping the bird avoiding bush. So, 5 risks identified for 5 groups, and I'm going to give you an umbrella. You know umbrella?
Yes.
What do you think about umbrella?
To protect us from either rain or sun.
Yes, it gives us a cover from rain or sun. Once you have an umbrella, you are protected, you are covered from certain attacks of sunshine or rainfall. You can walk through. So we will be giving the umbrella to protect the risk that you will run into. Under this umbrella, you indicate all the measures you could take to forestall the risk assigned to your group. So let's go back to our group, and I give us this.
Number 4, group 2. If you are in 2, some
So now you'll be given a risk, then you use it, you write out how okay, she give you your own. I want to ask a question.
One question is bothering me.
You said?
One question is bothering me.
Okay, one question is bothering you. Please ask. Let's listen to him. And yes.
We are talking concerning insecurity.
Insecurity.
And
Yes.
sir, I base this on my country.
You did what?
I base this question on my country.
Okay.
To my perspective. Why there is insecurity in Nigeria? Why there is insecurity?
Sorry. Can we produce one for us, madam? Can we get one of the umbrella? Thank you. Because we have only 4. Sorry. Ask your question. Please, let's listen to his question.
I said, why insecurity is still in Nigeria? Exists in Nigeria. That's my country. To my perspective.
Why is insecurity
Yes.
happening in Nigeria?
Happening in Nigeria.
Why is it happening?
Yes.
Okay, you people heard what he said. He said, why is insecurity happening in Nigeria? Insecurity is happening to us. This is a national issue and it's a global issue. Insecurity is a global thing. We find ourselves in a situation where the population, let me come back to Nigeria. The population has grown so big and discipline has gone. Parents have failed. That's my opinion. Everybody has his answer to this question. I believe that a child that is brought up well, there are things, no matter what you do, the child will not involve himself. A child that is brought up well, even if you bring gun and say, I will shoot you, take this knife and slot somebody's throat, the person will not take it. The child will not take knife and cut somebody's neck. But a child that does not have good upbringing will do that happily and go. Another reason is the quest for wealth. People are not, it took some of us years to get to where we are. But the young people or somebody who doesn't know that it has to get a heart, wants to own what I own. I'm in the service for 24 years now. But somebody starts 5 years, he wants to get to have what I have. He must do what is not right. He must do what is not right. So it's a factor, it's issues here and there that is surrounding it. But it's not a good thing. Again, like I said, we parents will need to work on our children so that I think let me this group 1 yes. Work on sickness. Well, this one is 17. Group 2.
This is group 2, sir.
This is group 2. Have we gotten the umbrella group? Okay. Then,
Sir,
yes.
This right under this umbrella.
Yes, the umbrella is the cover, like we agreed. You are the one that told us. Yes, yes. You write it. You know, how do you overcome, how do you mitigate, how do you reduce this, how do you prevent this under the occupational accident? In fact, they will soon give you your umbrella. They will soon give you. Then you are going to write on. Yes, yes, yes. That's the reason it was given to you. You have gotten it? Fine. My joy is that my country director tell you what you said. So we are looking at this risk that we have in our hand, using the umbrella as symbol of protection. How will you overcome that problem that is in your hand? Looking at the cause, looking at the frequency, what can we do? What can I do? Finding myself having that. No, just write it.
Having it or preventing it. You say what's umbrella?
You said?
And this is the symbol of PDP. And security happen during PDP.
Yes.
Should prevent it or will already?
Yes, now. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to write it down.
Yes, you write it on that umbrella. Yes. How would we protect ourselves from that risk that is in your hand?
Sir, just to based on how to protect
against?
Preventive measures, yes.
Only.
What's the essence we said earlier? What is the importance of
Only.
Yes. Two minutes to end. And at the end of it, you are appoint one person that will come and tell us the way you protect yourself from this risk. Tell us what your risk is, and then the preventive measures that you agree in that book. A minute to go. A minute to go. If you are done in your group, you can raise your hand so that we know that you are ready. You'll be the first to come and present. Okay, group one is ready. You can come, please, masking tape, come and place it here. When others are ready, we will come, we will discuss it. We should be done by now. Group 3 is also ready. Group 4. You know that you will come and talk about it. One person will have to come and okay, we are remaining one group. Okay.
Professors.
It's okay, let's come over. Let's come over fast. Let's come over fast. Group 1 was the first to come. Group 1, what is your risk and what are the preventive measures that you came up with?
Next, in other places, before we continue to next, what we supposed to do, like keeping our environment clean. If the environment of place someone and someone is living somehow gets over, and this has any sickness, and the sickness is killer to our body, that's one. Then, 2. So, heading eating healthy food. In terms of our food that we are preparing at home, we need to be very careful with it and plan well, make it easy. One, there to be the food that we giving our body something. Okay. It's food that help our body. Something we just eat body garri. Even maybe amala, kuru, it's not done. Then do regular exercise. It's one of the major things to our body. The body don't rest at a place. Now moving, now shape is a result to that entirely. And you exercise, so that's coming out from our body is coming with some sickness that will be affecting our body. So going for regular check, very, very important to me really. So because this usually occurs to many people, you just cannot say you want to reach one place, not be going. Simply because they have no way to check their VP. Yeah, it's very, very important for me to be always checking our VP because we the problem that's causing price hypertension or whatever is part of security. It won't be a function that Lord Jesus. So finally, drinking clean water. So it's one of the function for us to receiving healing. Intelligent water can result to sickness, germs, or whatever. So like the water that Malu just go there as a piece of it, sheet on it. So made of our father, we don't go there. It's not done. It can lead to a sickness. And I pray we shall not sick in Jesus' name.
That's one. Any question for them? Any question? Okay. It's all right. Thank you. Clap for him. They are looking at they talked on sickness. They say keeping our environment clean, eating healthy food, doing regular exercise, and going for regular checkups, and then drinking clean water. Next that came was group 2. Just mentioned but to avoid sickness is what they have said. Okay, what is it? What's your own unemployment?
Unemployment.
Good.
Unemployment is caused mostly by government because they fail to employ the graduates. 1. 2. Unemployment is caused by government. Is caused due to bandits. Due to unemployment, bandits are caused due to unemployment. 2. 3. All these ritualists, it is caused by unemployment. Then I said in my caution or prevention measure that when the government creates a great job for the youth, so all these things will stop. Then if the government creates vocational skills or centers for the youth, so this will eliminate unemployment also. Then the third one, I said if loans are given to youth, it will reduce crime.
Okay, we're not asking for cause of unemployment. We said unemployment, how can you take it off? What are the measures you do to prevent it? But we didn't ask for that. You took our time on that one. What here, unemployment, 1, we need to educate our children very well on skills acquisition. White collar job is not anywhere. The people you hear going to abroad, if you see the kind of job they do, they won't do that kind of job here. So that's what I said, skills acquisition. 2, encourage our students to be self-employed. I told you people of firewood 2 days ago. Why not that your child are free? You see, somebody who has education selling firewood is different from another person that do not have education. They cannot sell firewood the same way. If the girl that is a graduate from university is frying akara on the street, the way she do her own is different from that person. So these are the ways we mitigate those things. We encourage our children to be self-employed, we teach them skills, we tell them that, hey, read that course, that you must not come and wait for government. Okay, the next group. First, just tell us. Yes, sir.
We are talking about occupational accidents.
Yes.
In reality, I don't know that the way that we stop occupational accident, we can just reduce it. And we can reduce it by making use of those people that have learning perfectly. Those people that know the kind of work that they want to do. It's not for you to give them a capital work. It's easy for you to know it. Or so on. So by making use of people that are learning perfectly, and that is the way that we can reduce it.
Okay, let me say something here. Occupational, the paper we're using comes from a factory. Are there accidents in the factories?
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
So where would you say that accidents are there? You are saying that it shouldn't not a war for something. Risk is not what you ask for. It happens. So if you go to a factory, machine failure, lack of good housekeeping, lack of knowledge of the building where the factory is. If there are accidents, there are supposed to be exit route, but if you don't know, you will get trapped and you die. The flow of the industry or factory need to be clean and should not be slippery. It causes accident. Again, to prevent, you need to wear protective equipment. Not as if those people that these things happen to them there does not know their work. They study it, they know it, they are doing the work for more than 20 years, but they get accidents. Carpenter still hits his hand when he's trying to roof your house. Is it that he's doing it for the first time? So this is how you mitigate occupational accident. Next group. 4 years.
Fire outbreak. So in order for us to reduce fire outbreak, one, we must buy fire extinguisher. Secondly, we need to talk to our family or our relatives to avoid anything that can cause a fire outbreak, e.g., matches, gas, cooker, thirdly, we need to talk to our family or our relatives all this paper or solar system for fire hazard.
Yes. Make sure you have avoid things that are flammable, that can easily ignite fire. And then another thing is to have what you can use to stop the fire if it comes, fire extinguisher. We also have alarm that before it gets to the point that it becomes an issue to blow, that there's a little smoke somewhere, you now immediately look for where it is and stop it. The last group, please.
Insecurity.
Yes.
As we all know, charity begins from home. Parents should try as much as possible to train their children in the way of the Lord, so that they know the importance. They want train their youth towards the work, themselves for ourselves, in any act of the banditry or robbery or whatever that causes hate to the society. Then two, the children or the youth, they must learn serious work that will give them job to do, so that they will not be idle, because never is good for an idle hand. The three are governments. They should endeavor to stop making use of this youth as their area boys. They are the cause of this insecurity. To be frank and say, so they should put an end to it. The leaders should go to office to work for us, not to destroy our youth. Because these are leaders.
Okay, any question to any group? You have any question for any group? Let's clap for ourselves and take our seat.
Ourselves.
Look at what I said we should do now.
Hello.
So,
Clap for group 1, group 3, 4. What of group 5?
class of group 5.
Good.
Summary, protective measures, let's take our seat. Protective measures must be taken before crisis. Please maintain the groups. We are going to do another thing again. Yes. I did say you should go back to your seat. Protective measures must be taken before a crisis or emergency arises. All these things we are doing is to equip ourselves and tell ourselves that there are certain things that we'll be able to do to ensure that risk does not come near us, so that we'll be able to achieve our financial education, so that IMO money will not be wasted. Okay. They enable us to prevent an unfortunate event from happening or mitigate the consequences of such event. There are so many protective measures we can take in our daily lives, such as just brushing of teeth. If you refuse to brush your teeth, it leads to something. The teeth gives you problem, it becomes unhealthy, it becomes infected, and then it can decay, which is cheaper than not buying toothpaste and brush and going to see a dentist. Buying just further to see the dentist is a lot of money. There are various categories of protective measures for unforeseen risk in our daily life. To manage risk, there are broad categories of protection measures. Eliminating, avoiding the risk, such as transferring the issue to a third party, that is a mutual benefit association or insurance company. You can insure your life, your property against fire, against accidents. For all of you that have cars, you know it. When you are doing your car particulars, you do that. By the time you have an accident, the insurance company now repairs the person's car, not yours. Review the importance of having savings and an emergency fund. As we saw in the previous exercise, every risk varies in terms of cost and in making provision for it in our budget. Without having money, when we provide these things that we said there should be an alarm in the house and there should be fire extinguisher if it gets fire. If you don't have money, you can't get them. So we have to make provision in our budget. We need to be able to assess both the cost associated with the risk and the probability of it occurring. We have to prevent it, do everything within our reach to see that the repeating of such things should not be a regular one. One very important way of coping with risk is to have money set aside in a case of a problem or crisis arising. Is that true? Yes. One way to cope with risk is to set aside money in case it comes. Each of us should and easily access emergency fund for coping with minor emergencies. When you save, you should consider paying some money into an emergency fund, as it can help you to cope with minor emergency and be ready for unpleasant surprises. In all that we talked about our budget, we'll be talking round money, smart spender, which options to use. We need to set aside money so that we'll be able to meet up with issues when it becomes an emergency one. How much should I set aside for emergency? Since we have agreed that there is need for money to meet up with these ones, the question that follows: how much you and I will set aside for emergency purpose? We need to put aside at least 3 times our average monthly income. I repeat it again. There is need for funds to be available for emergency. Like we agreed, we don't ask for it. We did not say that as I'm going out, I will have an accident. I did not say that as I'm leaving this place, I'll go in and my body will start shaking, high fever. I have to treat myself. So there's need for us to have, and then the more dependence you have, the more you will need to set aside money for such. The larger the number of the family, that's what I'm saying. The more people you have in the house, they want money for emergency because anything comes up anytime, any moment. Large families have on a large scale equivalent of 6 months income in an emergency fund. Let's see how to calculate this amount appropriately. We're going to do a quick one here. We'll calculate. Attention, it may take several months or even years to build up your emergency fund, but don't get discouraged. Please, it's not easy to just say you keep money. Some people will believe that, how can you keep money that when you are sick, you go and treat yourself, that you are praying for the sickness to come? No. Take it or leave it. Somebody must fall sick in the house. Take it or leave it. Unemployment can, what happen in the family, somebody will not be doing anything. And that person must be supported. So, we are going to, based on that, you should not be discouraged in keeping the money. Even when you keep the money and nothing happens, thank your God. Once the money is safe, your reward is peace of mind. Once you have money kept for such issues, you are at rest, because if anything comes up anytime, you are ready, you can always take care of it. Also, be aware that emergency saving may be form of cash, a sum of money set aside, or in kind. It could be bag of rice, it could be a cow that is there, you keep it in, something happened, I will sell it. It can be gold, women buy gold to keep. Even men, you keep it. When issues come up, you just take it out. At least you have a backup. Once you have that, you don't have issues. So we are going to look at our brother Emeka again. We'll look at Emeka's income, Emeka's family income. How will you set, how much should I set aside for emergency? I said, put aside at least 3 times your average monthly income. Are we there? Yes. Then, this is Emeka's family income in a year. We're in our group again. Let's get a sheet of paper. We're going to do a practical how much you or I will set aside in emergency fund, so that when issues come, it will not take us by surprise. We are back to our Emeka here. This is Emeka's income, Emeka's family income in a year. It's a family income. Here we have January to December. So you can capture it fast. In the Emeka family, please just get a secretary who will do a mathematics, a quick one. January, their income is 170,000 naira. February is 175, March is 170, January 170, February 175, March 170, April 185, May 165. If anyone you miss, you can tell me. January is 170, February 175, March 170, April 185,000, May 165,000, June 170,000, 70. July 170. July 170. August 165. September 170. October 170,000. Which November is 175. December 185. November 175. December 185. Let me run through it again very quick. January 170,000, February 175,000, March 170,000, April 185,000, May 165,000, June 170,000, July 170,000, August 165, September 170, October 170, November 175, November 175, December 185. So we know how to find average, right? Yes, you get it and divide. So let's do it and let's have each group. Let's get their annual average.
Divided by 3.
Which one? To what? How much will you set aside as emergency fund? You will set aside 3 times your annual average income. Let me say it in another English. Your emergency fund is your annual average money times 3 gives you what you need to keep as emergency fund. So what we are saying here is, if this is per annum, in a year, this money is gotten. It is the average you get here times 3 that will give you your emergency fund. Did you get the story? Your income per annum. Your annual income. Your average annual income. Average of your annual income. First year you have to sum up the whole thing. Then you divide it by what? By 12. Good. Then what you get times 3. Wait. Which group is ready? 5 is ready.
Group 1 is ready.
Group 1 is ready. Okay, 2 groups are ready. Okay, 2 groups. At least another group again. Where Madam come? Where are we? Are you done? Which group again is ready?
The total amount.
Okay, your group is ready too?
Yes.
Okay, 3 groups are ready. Who again? Okay. Madam, just tell us. Hold on.
They will see it.
Are we ready? Come, you are ready with your own. Oh yeah, come. Who is ready? Which group is ready? Come over. Let's all come out. Come over. Time is not on our side. Oh yeah. So, madam, share with us.
The total income for the whole year is 2,070,000 2,070,000 divided by 12 to find the average.
Yes.
So when you divide it by 12, the average is 172,000 500. And if you want to make use of the 3 out of it, multiply by 372,500. Multiply by 3, we give you 517,500.
Yes. So they got it too. Thank you. What do you have? The same thing. Let me see. Good. Good. The same thing. So let's clap for ourselves. What we have learned here is that your annual income, the average of it, put average of it times 3 becomes your what you should set aside as your emergency fund. Once you have that, you are covered. You can see it there. Emeka's family by 12. This is what is the family average? 172,500. Put 517. Now take a few minutes to do which we have done it. Formulate advice on building an emergency fund. What challenges may a family come up against when trying to save for such money? In trying to put together this kind of money, what are the likely challenges you may think you will face? What challenges may a family come up against when trying to save so much money? What do you think? What are the issues? Challenges? Let's just wonder.
Payment of bills.
Payment of bills. You see, we're introducing ourselves to this concept. Already, yes, ma'am.
The entire members of the family may not be in agreement.
Yes, the entire member of the family. But you have to convince them so that all of us will be at peace if the issue comes up. For a start, it's going to be difficult. But the moment you do and they see the benefit, it goes. What additional challenges are there for young persons? What of young people? When you bring up this idea in the family, they want to buy us.
They will disagree.
They will disagree, they will fight it. What of a female entrepreneur, a lady that is doing a little hair salon or something?
They will disagree also.
What of migrant workers? That one. Okay. There are bound to be challenges, actually. Challenges putting money aside for emergency fund. When family obligations are strong, you have issues you want to contend with. It's always an issue. So the advice is to save for personal emergencies, if you can take care of yourself. Fear of theft or loss at home. This is another thing. These are uninvited guests, but they come. And sometimes not only take what you have, but also injure and even kill somebody in the family. So you have to keep your money in a safe place, preferably in a bank, so that nothing happens. When there is a regular and seasonal income, when the income is not regular, when it is fluctuating, getting to save reasonable money will be an issue. And then in that case, save varying amounts depending on how much you have. In that case, if your income is inconsistent, based on what you have, don't say that because this month you kept 10 naira, next month it must also be 10 naira. It cannot work like that. When there is high debt levels, draw up a timetable for paying off your debts, starting with the highest interest one. In life, any debt that you are already paying now that have high interest rate, try and take care of that one. Rounding up, remember your emergency fund is intended to cover expenditures for relatively minor emergencies. Most of us will not be able to put money for major emergencies, such as long cost of medical treatment or a death in a family. You alone, your emergency fund cannot carry high medical treatment. Somebody has cancer, where will you start? Or somebody died in the family, you know what it means. Your emergency fund cannot do that. Others have to come in. In conclusion, if you plan for emergency, you are more likely to achieve your goals. Is it true? If you have little funds for emergency, things that come up, you take care of it. You see that those goals that we brought, we'll be able to work towards it. And we get there easier and with peace of mind. But if you don't have emergency, you go back to money that you wanted to use to achieve your goal. It's why you'll be dipping your hand to take. But you have some reserve money. That is why we keep echoing save, 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 save. You will avoid having to draw on the savings you have made for starting a business, making home improvement, investing in education, and you will avoid having to borrow to pay high interest rates. Yes, because when it is come, somebody, they told you your son has broke his leg, you have to go and borrow money. But if you have emergency, you just go there. Money lenders, that's what they want. Come so that they will not put high interest for you. Thank you for listening. Any query? Any question? Yes, let's check this one.